Just look at the light this morning. And we are out foraging for natural ingredients to make pigment from, to create new pastels for my landscapes. And look at the weather. It is cold and it is foggy. But there's some sort of ethereal kind of beauty with this, really. So these are some of the things we are foraging for today. So we have the little pine cones, so loads of these, and we're also foraging for the finer lichen, so not the wide stuff, can't see my fingers, not the wide stuff, but actually the finer stuff like this. We'll also be looking at some tree bark as well. So this is a phenomenon that happens regularly out here in Scotland. And this is where little droplets of water form on the ends of our trees, especially in foggy, cold conditions like this. So they look like, if I come out, you might be able to see them all, like little glass beads at the end of every branch. Isn't that pretty? Right, here we've got some fall, some dead fall. So you can see here, this had to be cut down as the top section split in high winds, and it became dangerous because that's the main path there. And this is obviously dead fall from what they've taken off, and it's perfect. So I've got scissors, and what I'll do is I'm going to strip a lot of the smaller pine needle branches off and use the pine needles to make hopefully what I think is probably going to be quite a nice yellow green. It'll also be quite fragrant as well, but because this is a Scots pine from memory, so we'll see what we get. Still very atmospheric, even though we are gone 10:30 in the morning. It has maybe got a bit lighter, but still pretty dark in the forest anyway. Right, so I am at a rather very tall pine tree, fir tree. I think this is a Douglas fir actually. Oh, it has a label I will go and show you. But this is what I wanted to show you specifically because I'm collecting some of this to make dye. And this is a very fluffy lichen, which basically proves how good the air quality is here. I mean, we're in the Highlands, so that's not really a surprise, but look at it. It's like lots and lots of little fluffiness. Isn't that gorgeous? Right, let me see if I can find a way around to this tree, and you'll be able to see what it is. Hello, tree. Oh, come under here. Because look at the size of this tree. Look at it. It is super tall. I have there's the estate is kind of part arboretum, and they collected tree. It is a fir tree, I thought so. A grand fir from Western North America. Oh, there we go. And just look at the size of it. It is huge. And I know, yeah, there's a lot of very tall trees in America. There you go. Bit of random information for you today. Ignoring the thumping beatbox driving by on the estate road. Okay, so now wandering along the low path back towards Dunkeld, and as you can hear, that's the A9. I'm walking along the riverside path behind me, or beside me. As you can see, the River Tay is looking particularly dark, as usual. It's just not one of those rivers that has abundance of colour. In flood it tends to be very red. There's a lot of iron in the hills. But the majority of the time it is a very dark inky black. So this is the rotting wood log trunk actually, which was carved into a seat so you could sit and look at the river, and because it's from the fir and pine trees here on the estate, it's this gorgeous dark colour. It's really rich yellow and orange. So what I might do is take some of this bark as well and see what sort of colour we can get from that. A bit more light now. I think a lot of the fog is now slowly starting to burn off. You can see as I come round. So that's looking north up the River Tay, and you can just see the boats in the distance. Which is part of the Dunkeld House Hotel estate. Where you can go salmon fishing on the Tay, which is quite a popular pastime. It's the right season for it as well. So, almost towards the end of the path, coming back towards the Dunkeld Cathedral. You can still hear the A9, it's literally the other side of the river there. And there is this cute little folly built into the side of the landscape here. And I find it always an amazing place just to stop and listen. Because even my voice in this space sounds weird compared to everything else. Let's see if I can make this see so you can see the river. There we go. Not quite peace, but still relatively serene. Not really sure how much of it you can see, but the sun is really warm. And it's superheating all the moisture on the ground and the trees, and it's now creating rolling banks of steam and condensation coming off the ground. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm now in the grounds of the cathedral, as you can see. And there it is, or at least this end of the cathedral anyway, before heading home. It's still foggy over there in the hills.